Oh no, they're up.
Or you're hoping they're
Amelie's
asleep.
wants to know what's this? What's this?
What's this? What book is Xiaoping doing? Well, we're about to learn. Nick, remind me at the end of class about that other thing, okay?
Yes, sir. You got it. Welcome
Okay.
to day 2 of the translation program, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Amelie just
By
said
the
what
way,
to
I
say.
want to apologize for words text last night. I was tired and it didn't go very well, so I'll try to work harder on it. Okay. It was confusing to me. I don't know, but I'll work on it. I didn't have time to review yesterday. I had people attack my house. Okay. All right, here we go. Vinaya, where's Vinaya? Here, I think. Oh, hang on. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, that's for you, Chinzom. If you're here.
Thank you.
Just it's an old thing for between us. All right, here we go. Nice to hear you, by the way. Here's our progress report. Most of you guys are doing 6 or 8 folio phases per class, which is it's good. It's good progress. And Shopping's text is exactly 100 folio phases. And we've done 60 so far in 13 terms, actually. So we need about 8 more terms. And that's going to be finishing in about a year and a few months from now. And there's no way to speed up her text. Her text is very, very ancient. And hey, Chinzan, where are you?
I'm in Long Island.
Oh, Long Island. I hope you have a coffee. It looks nice. Yeah, so there's no way to speed up her text because it's very, very old. And we're going through it very carefully, and we have to look at a lot of other texts. But I have to say, we're doing a really good job. And I think it's going to be the best translation of the Tibetan tradition of the Vinaya. And then if Xiaoping wants to even go longer than Stanley, there's a very good Vinaya book, but it would take about 20 years. So that's another question. I'm not pushing you. We can see what we do. Your text will be about 400 pages, which is about exactly the same as this diamond cutter translation. Okay? And I think it's going to be a very, very important book. No one has ever done it. And I'll tell you something strange. In the Geshe course, the Vinaya is last.
Yeah.
And it's only 2 years. You've already spent 4 years. And it's a very strange thing that nobody knows the rules. It's very weird. So you can, you don't start Geshe until you're 15, 16 years old. Then you're in the class for almost 20 years before you study Vinaya. So you're almost 40 years old before you start studying the Vinaya. But you're supposed to keep it the whole 30 years, so it's a little strange thing. So I think it'd be very useful for Western and Eastern, ordained people to have all the vowels nice. Okay, and your translation of the nuns' vowels is the first good one I've seen from West China. All right. Here's a summary of all the vowels, the groups of vowels. Okay. And don't forget, we're following Tsongkhapa's poetry. And just for those of you who are new, maybe, and by the way, these vowels are not useless for modern people. Xiaoping, why?
Well, we can do culture mining, and it's also very good for copy management, etc.
Yeah, Xiaoping's been teaching this. She's been making classes for China Sub Power, for example. That's one of their companies. and she's been using these vowels very successfully, and the students like it, and it helps them in their business behavior, right? Conduct of their business. So here's the 5 categories of all vowels. It's similar for nuns and monks. This is the famous summary for the monks. And these 5 groups have different names, but the names are artificial. They don't really say that much. I think there could be a day when we call them number 1 group, number 2 group, number 3 group. It just means they get less serious as you go through the 5 groups. Group number 3 is divided into 2 parts, which is fairly serious mistakes. The first category is if you do them, you have to spend a small amount of time outside of the community to confess. Or the lighter ones, you can just confess to proper confession and it'll be okay. So that's the biggest group, is the 3rd big group. And the second half of that is 90 different vowels, which is called, these are just simple confessions. And this is where we are. So we've made good progress. We're just about halfway, well, we're more than halfway through all the vowels. And we're in this 90, and they are organized into 9 groups of 10. So traditionally, they are organized into 9 groups of 10. And we're on the second set of 10. And we're on the 10th vow of the second set of 10. So we finished 19 vows, and we got, 71 to go. Okay, we have 71 more of these to go. Then there'll be a tiny little group called 4 vowels. And then there's a huge group of mistakes, which are very, very minor vowels. Okay, and that's going to be so easy to get through that, right, Xiaoping? Not. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We're on number 20 now of the 90. Okay. Please read, and Chunzong offered to check your pronunciation.
Thank you, Honorable Chunzong. Ring pa ni suk chik pe tung cheni kong chok ki che suk la kang cha
Kunchok.
kunchok ki che suk la kang cha chu ko pe yok ma cha. Okay. In chik la rim pa. In chik la in.
Nien. With the N is there, kind of.
Yeah, Nien.
Nin chik la rim pa shik ko wa chik shin de la mang chuk pa tang chuk pa me pa tang chuk kung ma top pa tang
Chukung.
chukung ma top pa tang go cha kong ma ngói ya chuk
Puya.
yeah.
Goya. How do you say that?
How do you say?
Say Goi Yapup.
Boy ya pup shak pa ma che pao.
Nice. So as you guys can see, there are some new words here. And, Vinaya is a strange subject because you're going to get a lot of like very just everyday words. These are construction words, okay? So this, as we said, each vowel has its own funny name. And sometimes the name is clear and sometimes the name is not clear. Each vowel has its own nickname. So Tungje means some kind of downfall. And then the nickname of this vowel is called building a second row. Okay, here's the rim like in Lam Rim, but here it means a second row of bricks. Okay, so building a second row of bricks. Sikpa means to build a second row. By the way, we had Sikpa, we're going to have Sikpa in Seiji's text because the Lord of Death is going to Sikpa his fangs. Like that's called Sikpa. Okay. And it means to create a vertical construction. Okay. So it means to show your fangs or build a wall. Okay. So Koenjoki Chira means, why are you building this building, Xiaoping? Koencho. Sambao.
Precious jewel.
3 jewels, yeah. This is short. This is just bao, okay, jewels for the 3 jewels. Suglakang, we had it yesterday. We had Suglak. Whose book was it?
Seiji's book.
Oh,
Well, it's holy books, right? Suglak.
Temple.
Yeah.
Now it's temple.
Yeah, a Suglakang is a place where you keep the holy books.
Library.
And still, there's it used to be a library, and then it became a temple because people store books in temples. Even nowadays, in Buddhist temples, they will store the books there. So it's called a book storing temple. Okay, Tsuklakang. And you didn't cover the construction site to protect it. This is kyop, means to protect, right? Like kyopsu chio. I go for refuge. Okay. And there's a nice explanation of what the word refuge means. Okay. It's kyop. Kyop means you take some cloth or something and you cover the construction. You protect the construction. So I have a friend, right? When we built Rinpoche's house, it was the rainy season, and we didn't cover it during the construction, and it twisted. The whole thing got twisted, and it leaked for 25 years. The roof leaked for 25 years. We tried many ways to fix it, and so you have to cover construction every night, with some kind of covering. Char chukyop means covering to protect from the rain, the water of the rain. Char means rain. Okay. Yok here means to cover. Okay, covering. What's yokpo mean? Nick, do you know yokpo?
A slave.
Yeah, slave. Okay. I don't know why they're connected, but anyway. We can figure it out someday. Okay, so you fail to cover the construction, and in one day, in one 24-hour period, ninchik, you make four rows of brick. You make 4 rows of bricks. So these ancient temples in India were made from mud bricks, and they're still made from mud bricks. Okay, and you can go to Nalanda. You can see, where Shensang sat is still there. So if you make the whole building, so korwa means around the whole building, you make 4 rows. What do they call those, Nick?
Piles?
There's a name for a row of brick.
Course?
A course, yeah. You do 4 courses of brick. So you have fresh, soft plaster, and you're building too many rows because you're in a rush. You want to finish the building fast, and the plaster didn't dry between the bricks, and you keep building more on top of it. Okay, tsik means you pile it up, and then you didn't put mangtsuk. Mang means the foundation of a house. Okay, it comes in scripture, because like the 3 principal paths are the Hmang for Vajrayana or something like that. So Hmang Shi usually means the foundation. So if you don't build up the foundation, extra foundation, and you keep building more courses or more layers of bricks that are still wet, okay, there's a danger it's going to fall down and kill somebody. Okay, and I had a friend in India who was she was standing, she was an input operator for us, but she was standing with her husband next to one of these, and it collapsed and he died. And she was very badly injured. So Jimba means plaster on the outside of brick. So if you don't protect the brick with some fast drying plaster. Kung means a hole of some kind. Chukung means you don't drill a hole to let the water out of the building, okay? Like, so water can't build up inside the building. Tokpa means to drill a hole. And then gocha, kongme, go yapup. Yapup means like a porch or something over the bricks to protect them while the plaster is still wet, okay? Shapa machepo, so you broke your vows if you don't, if you rush the construction so that it could hurt somebody if it fell down, and then you broke your vows, okay? Yay. All right, we reached the third of the 9 sets of 10. We're starting on vow number 21. Okay, Tim, are you gonna check shopping?
Sure.
Makopa chotung pe tumcheni rang la shik ne yen che ki yongden me xing
Ching.
shen ching shen ki dongpa so wa yang mayin la chokden pe zen
Churton.
choten pe zenni yang mi denpa gelong ma la nang rik pe chok zen ne dong go wa che pao.
Good, nice pronunciation. You guys are getting good. By the way, they just finished a very nice China soft power program. They used Utpala's new book. This one, which is very good for exercise shopping. And, they used her book. They used one of the 38 proofs for the whole 4 days. And the students really enjoyed it. And I think it was very helpful for them. So your books are actually getting used, you guys. All right, makupar means, this kupa means nobody assigned you. This kupa means assigned. Okay, it looks similar to the word for planting a seed, but it's spelled slightly differently. It's not gupar. Okay, nobody assigned you, but still you tumba the chu. Who can tell me?
Teach the Dharma.
Yeah, so the name of this vow is what?
Teaching the Dharma when no one asked.
Yeah, no one assigned you. Okay.
No one assigned.
Yeah. Okay, no one assigned you and you're teaching the Dharma. Okay, so Rangla Shine, you don't have Shine.
Shamatha.
Shamatha.
Yeah, that's the second half of her book. Okay, if you want to have Shamatha, if you want to teach the nuns and you're a guy and you want to be the only guy in 300 ladies or something, which I've seen, it's kind of interesting. You know, you could just try to develop shamatha and then you'll be legal. Okay. So shine yancheki yuntenme, you don't have shamatha or even higher qualities. What's a higher quality than shamatha? Come on.
Direct perception of emptiness.
Yeah, vipassana. Vipassana. Okay. Which we call quietude and insight. Okay. Yunten means you don't have those high qualities. Who had Yunten Sum yesterday or the day before?
I did? No.
Yesterday. Huh? No. Oh, was that Seiji? Was that Seiji?
It was Sage's class.
Yeah, Seiji's. It was the 3 qualities of the abandonment that the Buddha has achieved, right? Okay, good qualities. You don't have good quality of quietude or better. And nobody saw you to tumba.
Nobody assigned you.
Yeah, nobody. Well, here it means, yeah, nobody said, could you please go teach the nuns? Okay. All right. Yang Mayin. Nobody asked you to go teach the nuns. And this means your abbot. Okay. This means the person in charge of your monastery didn't ask you, the male abbot didn't ask you to go teach the nuns. Okay. Yang Mayin La. Also, by the way, you don't have the tsengi of a chitan.
You don't have the definition. You don't fit the definition of a Dharma teacher?
Yeah, you don't have the qualifications. Here, tsengi means qualifications. You're also not qualified to teach. Okay, so what's going on here, really?
Trying to mac it to the ladies.
Yeah, he wants to go sit with a couple hundred ladies. He doesn't have the qualifications. Nobody asked him to do it. Okay, he didn't get assigned to do it. And then, what's the tse when you break the vow? What's tse mean, you guys? Tse. What's the tse?
The point?
Yeah. What's the exact point at which you broke the vows? It's when the ladies dun koa.
When they understand the Dharma, it was taught.
Exactly. When they understand the first words of your talk. The first, okay, if they don't understand you for 15 minutes, if you're explaining words text for the first 15 minutes, you don't break the vow. Then when they finally understand something, you break the vow, okay? That's an interesting say, right? Like, if you're confused and you can't teach it very well, you probably don't break the vow for a few minutes, okay? So as soon as they understand what you said, you break the vow. Now, what's Nang Rikpa, you guys, for $30? Nang Rikpa.
Buddhism?
No,
Buddhist?
but tell me why it's called Nang Rikpa.
The inner science,
But why?
because
They
it's
believe
the,
in Dharma.
it's the science related to our group
They
of people.
take refuge in Dharma.
As opposed to Yoga?
You're working
What's
with
the-
your mind when you're practicing
What's the
Buddhism.
implication of the word Nang?
But we're on the inside
Sorry?
group, and then there's others who are the outsiders.
Okay, I'll give Nick the $30.
Awareness.
If you can tell me one subject which is a Rikpa, but it's not Nang, Nick, I'll give you $30. That's the $30.
Sanskrit.
Yeah, good. Sanskrit, logic is even in that category. Astrology, okay. Like non-Rikpa means inner science as opposed to outer science, okay. Okay, cool. And it's one of the 5 great subjects, okay. It's one of the 5 great topics, and it has 5 within it, I think. Okay, so when you teach Buddhist in teachings to the nuns, then you break the vow. Okay, so I guess if you teach them about how to fix cars or something, it's all right, Nick. I don't know. Okay. All right. Probably it's a nyeche. What's that mean?
It's a lower
A
version.
lesser infraction, a lesser mistake. Okay. So Ellie, $30 to Mr. Nick. All right. Okay. Shopping's reading. Tim did such a good job. Can you keep checking her?
Nima nukiwa
Ipar.
nukiwa
Par.
Par.
This is like in the par of pardo. Yeah.
nuki par chok zen pe tung cheni zen mo che tong pa kyap su pap pa ma yin pa jik pa tang che pe ne su kelong ma la chok den pao.
Chetan.
Timbal. Good.
Thank you.
Timbal. Okay. Okay, the name of this vow, right? The first comes the name, right? Is Nima Nukipar. Now here's Nup means west, but it also means what, you guys?
Sunset.
Yeah. So par.
Until.
Up. Yeah, up to sunset, and you keep going. Okay. So the vow's name is teaching the Dharma up to sunset. Okay, but it means beyond sunset. Okay. And here's the description of the vowel comes after ni, okay? Ni means end of name, start of the vowel, okay? So here it is. Senmo means at
Night.
night. Chitumba kapsabapa mayimba. It's not an appropriate time at night to teach, okay? So that implies there are appropriate times to teach at night, but this is not one of them, okay? Kapsabapa means appropriate. Fits the occasion, okay? Fits the occasion. And one of the problems is that in that area, ne, there's jikpa.
To be afraid of.
There's something to be afraid of. Could be wild. Usually it's wild animals in ancient India in the jungle. Nowadays it would be muggers in the city who will rob you, especially New York or something, okay? So, and we had it, you know, our first classes in New York were held in Hell's Kitchen. People used to get their cars stolen, or, you know, they would get robbed on the street coming into the class at night. So, Shepe Nesu. And then you teach the Dharma to Gilomas, okay, to nuns, all right? And that's called teaching the Dharma at night. I believe there's also a problem, of course, with teaching nuns at night, okay? All right. Now, who's gonna check this? Who else we got here? So gang, you ready to check her? Number 3.
Definitely.
Thank you. Sa chung se ki
They
chur
chung se.
se chung se ki chur chok den pa
Chu tun par.
chur den par kerwa dep pe tung cheni gelong ki gelong ma la de zem ki chur
Cham ki.
tam ki chur cho don pa min yang de ta zen to she kerwa dep pao.
Yeah, nice.
Good.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you. So gang, you're the best checker, I think. All right. Okay, what's the name of this vowel is the whole first line. The name of this vowel is the whole first line, okay?
Discounting teaching the Dharma for a little bit of
Good.
food.
Exactly. Nice, Nick. You discount another monk. You put down another monk. You understate their qualifications, and you say, look, this guy's teaching the nuns just to get some food, okay? Okay, and this is a great example of what word?
Kunda,
Yeah, kundep. Where do we have it elsewhere?
when we're talking about emptiness.
Yeah. Nowadays, I'm translating it as underrating the degree of reality. Okay. Like how real is something. Kundep means you underrate how real it is. And what's the opposite?
Drungdot.
Drondo. You overrate the reality, the degree of reality. So I like that translation. So here is a great example. Vinaya is a great place to learn what words mean in their normal use. So kundapa here doesn't have to do with the views of emptiness. It just means you're putting down another monk unfairly, okay? And oh, he just wants to teach the nuns because he wants some food, okay? But in fact, that gelong is not teaching the gelong mas detam just for food, okay? Min, he's not teaching the nuns just for food. He wants to help them, okay? But yang, you say, oh, he's just teaching them because he wants to get dinner, okay? A yummy dinner, all right? Okay, that's an easy one. Okay, number 4. Who do we got here? Let me see. Lobsed Kadin. Are you there? Arena Mama.
She's translating right now, Gishta.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Stanley. Oh, Ina. Are you translating?
I'm here.
Okay.
Question, Michael.
Yeah.
So if the monk is just teaching for food, then you don't break the vow?
That's correct. Yeah, you don't break the vow if they really are teaching for food. But who are you to know what they want? they probably just want sex, and you're saying they want food, you know. Okay. All right. Here we go. Ina's gonna check you. Okay, here we go.
Kelong me go so chepe tung cheni nie tu ma impe kelong me go ki so che de sok pa chup pao go le shen no che pet sok nie tu ma impa sen mi tung pe sok go pa che pa
Here.
Kia pa chen me pa che pa ta che la nie cha so.
Good,
Niche.
nice, not bad. Okay, the name of this vowel, which is all the words before tungje ni, is so chepa. This so with a Z, so low tone S. It means to make clothes. Kuro means clothing for a nun. Okay, so to make clothing for a nun is to break a vow. If a full monk makes clothes for a nun, a full nun, they break a vow. Okay. Now this nun should be Nyedu Mayimba. Who can tell me?
Not related to him.
Yeah, you're not a member of the same family. Okay. If you're a full monk and you make robes for a full nun who's your sister, that's okay. Okay. So Nyedu Mayimba means it's not your close relative. And when you have finished, so che means when you sew the last stitch, then you broke this vow. Okay. So you can start making the clothing, but when you finished it, you broke the vow. Okay. By the way, if usually when it says you have to finish making the clothes to break the vow, you break a smaller vow if you start making the clothes. Okay. All right. Dzogpa means you finish the making the robes for her. Okay. Dupao, you finish. Okay. Now he's gonna list some nyeche. Who can tell me? Related nyeche.
Okay, be careful.
Who's got nyeche?
Mistakes, bad deeds? The
Yeah, 112. Okay. Yeah, group 5. Good word. Group 5. Okay. So there's
I
112.
have a 5-minute
You can call them boo-boos, minor boo-boos. Yeah. Okay. So usually when they teach the more serious vow, they might make some comments about boo-boos that are related. Okay. Group 5 mistakes, because there's so many. Sometimes they try to get them in before. Okay. So kule, this lay means work. Okay. Karma. It doesn't mean from. Okay. It means kule. So, Shen Neche so Nyedu Mayimba. Okay. So if you hire another person who is somehow inappropriate so if you hire someone else to make robes for a nun because you like her, then you didn't break the big vow, but you broke a little vow. Okay. You didn't do the sewing yourself. You hired somebody else to do it who was not a niche, not a proper vessel. And so the kule shen means you hire someone else to make the clothes, but you pay for them or something because you want to get to know the lady. Then you did you broke a smaller vow. Okay. Or anytime without gupa kipachen. Okay, that's an important word in the Vinaya. What's that mean, you guys? Gupa Kipachin.
Stop having
Need.
Yeah, without compelling need. Without compelling need. There's no big reason why you should do it. You know, like the nun doesn't have any clothes on because they got burned off, like Dignaga's clothes got burned off. We didn't get there yet. He was in a debate with somebody and they burned his clothes off by spraying fire on him from their mouth like a dragon. Okay, so let's say if she doesn't have any clothes on at all, then of course it's appropriate to give her some clothes, okay? Without some compelling reason, you make clothes for anybody who is sen mitumba. What's that mean, you guys?
Inappropriate.
Not their sin is not the same as yours.
Not the same sex.
Yeah, not the same sex. So this could cover nuns making clothes for monks or monks making clothes for nuns, okay? So anytime you make clothing for someone of the opposite sex, you did a small boo-boo, okay? Tamje, all this kind of thing, implying that there's more, those are nyeche, group 5 boo-boo. Group 5 boo-boo, it's one of the 112 group 5 mistakes, okay? All right, here we go. Hey, Stanley, here's a legal chance to criticize shopping.
Okay.
Don't miss the chance.
Go in Petung Cheni, Gelong Me, Gedung La Gur, Bu Dua Na De Ko Suk Ma Tok Shin Go De Pung Pa Ma Yin Pa Lek Pa Ma Wa Tang Nien Sok Che Pa Min Pa Rang Le Min Pe Rang Ne No Ta Pa La Za O She Ngon Zam Gi Chir Rang Ki Go Chin Pao. Thank you.
Yeah, check this. Okay. Good Jimbe Tungje means just now that this has a small name, which is giving clothing, okay? And you want to make a present of clothing to the community of nuns, okay? So this means more than one nun. So there's maybe 2 or 3 nuns and you want to give them all clothing, okay? De Kosamatopa, you are not a member of their household or their sangha, okay? And Kude Pomba. Pomba means it's not that they don't have any robes, they already have robes, okay? Pomba means they are poor in robes, they don't have robes, okay? So if they already have robes and you're not a family member of them, but you try to give a gift of robes to a group of nuns, okay? Pamba Mayimba. And if you are not their lepa mawa, it means their teacher. If you are not their fine talker, okay, which means you are not their dharma teacher, and also you are not the person who ordained them. So if you're the monk who's ordaining these nuns, it's appropriate to give them robes. But if you're not their teacher and you're not the one who's ordaining them, then if you give it robes to these ladies and you are Nortade means you don't have common finances, okay? Like your 2 Dharma organizations are not under the same treasurer or something. If your finances are not common, if they're not shared finances, you broke the vow, okay? What's your motivation to offer them the robes is Shengo. Shengo means you just want to get to know them better. Okay, you're attracted to one of them or two of them, and you just want to make a connection with them. Okay, Shengo means you want to get to know them better. Okay, Zhou means you want to make friends with them. Okay, and here there's an extra point here which is important. You give them some piece of clothing that you have worn. So maybe it's your own shawl or your own lower robe or something like that, but you try to give your own clothing to a nun, something that you've been wearing, because you want to make a closer connection with her. Okay, inappropriate connection. Okay, all right. Then you broke the vow. Yay.
Just I
yeah.
mentioned if they don't have shared finance or common finance. Do
Yeah.
you mean if they have shared finance, it is appropriate?
Yeah, like if you're in one Dharma group and it includes monks and nuns, and you all get donations together, then it's okay for one of the men monk to say, let's spend some money on the nuns' robes also. Okay, because then if he's the treasurer or something like that, okay, then they didn't break the vow. That's the only way you can get robes for them. Yeah. All right. Okay, number 6. Yay. Who's checking? Utpala? Venerable Utpala.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Then to girl wear
Lam.
Lam to
Nam Dundro.
Nam Dunjo wear tung cheni gelong ma tang lak chik tu ring
Lenchik.
len
Oh, I'm sorry. There's yeah. Lenchik.
len chik tu rim ger yok
Trim.
trim ger yok tam
Trim dog.
trim dog yok tam me kyang rung yang
Kyang.
rak kyang rak chik de
Chik.
rak chik de ki wa
I think
lam
we're
Par.
doing par.
Par. Yeah. By the way, when there's an apostrophe S in front of it, when there's a possessive in front of it, it has to be par.
oh
Okay, it has to be a noun. Yeah.
par nam tu
Dundro.
nam dundro na tung chel thang kyang ra tu ma de pa na de nie ki tung che ngo.
Lovely.
Nice. Good job, Xiaoping. You're getting better and better. Okay, the name of this Tungje is very short. It's Lam Dudoa. What's that mean, you guys?
Walk down the road.
Yeah, to walk down the road or to go down a path with a lady, okay? With a nun, okay? So Gelongma means there's a nun. Tlen Chiktu means together with them, okay? You know this, it can mean inborn mental affliction, something like Lenjik, okay? But here it means to go together with a monk. So Vinaya is a great place to learn the words that we use for philosophy, okay? So you're walking down the road together, Lenjik, in the company of a nun, okay? And you should have a chimdok. Can you guess, you guys? Chimdok. It's not Tim Lowenhaupt. Tim
I think
Lowenhaupt.
it's like a roommate, isn't it?
It means Su Tim Dokpo. Su Tim Dokpo.
Dharma, Vinaya friend.
Yeah, what do you call that when a woman has somebody to watch them when they go out with a man in the old days? In Russia, they used to have
Chaperone.
Yeah, like a chaperone, okay? A Dharma chaperone, okay? So there are cases when you're allowed to walk with a nun if you have a chimdo, okay? If there's another monk to walk with you guys and make sure nobody gets in trouble, sometimes that's okay. But here, yodame, whether you have a Dharma friend to walk with you guys or you don't, it's still you're not supposed to do it if you walk too far. Okay, so how much is a far? Okay, gyangdak. Okay, if you walk a gyangdak, it's a measure. So in the here I wrote for you guys from the Abhidhamma Kosha, which we're going to get to. These are the ancient ways of measuring kilometers or miles. Okay. And I thought you might be interested to know how far is a gyangdak. Okay. So don't forget in English, we say feet, like for meter. But feet literally came from the length of your foot. Okay. And typically in the Abhidharma, they say a well-proportioned person, the distance from fingertip to fingertip is 6 of their feet, okay? And the height of a person, of a well-proportioned person in the Abhidharma is equal to their arm span, okay? So you can check it sometimes. I happen to be 6 feet high and 6 feet arm span. So except I have a little bit of a monkey arm span, which is why I can't wear shirts very well. So a dome means fingertip to fingertip. Okay, spread your arms. 500 of those is a gyangtak. Okay, and 8 of those is a bakse. Okay. So a mile should be 5,280 feet. A gyangdak is 3,000 feet. So you could say if you walk over a half a mile with a nun, you broke this vow, okay? If you take a walk for over half a mile, okay? You can say also it's exactly 1 kilometer. If you walk 1 kilometer with a nun, you broke this vow, okay? And oftentimes, measurements, especially in the 3rd chapter of the Abhidharma, they are given in yojana, which is the ancient mile. And it's 4.5 miles or 7 kilometers, okay? So anyway, if you go just over half a mile with a nun, you broke this vow, okay? De means what, you guys? And where do we see it?
Yangan and Depa.
Yeah, the word for nirvana in Buddhism is to go beyond grief. This day means go beyond. So here, what does it mean?
Beyond that distance.
Yeah, you went beyond half a mile. As soon as you step over half a mile, you break the vow, okay, with the lady, okay. Lamdudona, if you go that far, it's a tungje. Now, here's an interesting thing. Gyangda Duma, if you go another half mile, you break the vow again. Every time you go another half mile, you break the vow again, okay? So you're piling up. If you go on a 5-mile walk together, you broke this vow 10 times, okay? And you get that much karma, okay? So that's a funny one, all right.
Geshe Michael, you, there's just a few minutes left and you wanted me to remind
Oh,
you.
yeah, okay. I want to give a small advertisement. Hang on. You know I love to do advertisements. What's the date today, Nick? 7? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to have a special class now. And I wanted to say, I showed you guys Word's finished book, which is amazing, okay? And we used it in the SCIM term. We used it for 2 weeks and we finished 8 pages and it was amazing. And these are all business applications. These are ways that you can, what were we talking about, Nick? I think it was time management.
Mm-hmm.
And we were using the mind-only school for time management. And it was awesome. It was really cool. And we just talked about using Utpala's book for, we used it in the last China soft power class, which was also about business applications. So those are two great books that we finished this year. Because we have the mixed nuts classes now for 4 or 5 years, books are starting to come out. And there's 2 more books that came out that I want to talk about. These were finished by our big sponsor and by Tang Tang, who's been working very, very hard. And who also just worked very hard to get married. And we'd like to congratulate her. And Tang Tang, the mixed nuts have raised $2,000, over $2,000 as a wedding gift for you. And we'll be finding a way to get that money to you, but we want to congratulate you. And just tell you, we hope you can buy something beautiful. And we miss you having you in Sedona. And we're very happy that you got married. And Alison, the guy looks very handsome, I have to say. All right. Those guys finished this book. This is a translation of Medicine Buddha. This is the long sutra. The last time it was translated was over 1,000 years ago by I Ching. Master I Ching, I think about the same time as Shensang. And I just have to congratulate those guys. And they studied the ancient translation from the Tang Dynasty in Chinese. And they made, Tang Tang carefully checked every word. And they made a lot of useful additions to this translation. So this translation now has the ancient Chinese comparison and the West Chinese language. And we found the Sanskrit, John Brady and John Campbell, Aisha, Christina Kasika, Vimala, Christina Sperber, they found the Sanskrit for the shorter version of the sutra in a pile of rocks in Afghanistan. The only copy, okay? The only copy in the world was in a collapsed stupa in Afghanistan. And they got the hold of the manuscript and they got it and we used it for the translation. So you guys should congratulate Tang Tang and our great sponsor. They did a really great job. So that's another book that was finished this week. And that took about 2 years of hard work. And so I think we should congratulate that team. And they also finished this book. It took almost 5 years. This is the 4th book we finished this year. It's called All the Kinds of Karma. And it's a complete discussion from 2,000 years ago of all the different karmic correlations. So we have 2 great books sponsored from Austria by 2 great Austrian sponsors. And these 2 great books are going to teach you all about karma and what kind of correlations. That's a huge book. They finished it. And now the Diamond Cutter Press team, which is Venerable Ellie and Katie and Gina. So I want to share a picture with you guys. Where is that? Here. This is what the book's going to look like. And we found the story in the carvings at Borobudur in Indonesia in a stone pyramid. This book that they just translated, there are over 200 drawings in the stone, carved into the stone. So here you can see this guy's name is Maitri, okay? And he's a bodhisattva, and he agreed to take the wheel of sharp weapons, right? The crown of knives. he agreed to take it on his own head, so other beings wouldn't have to have it. He agreed to take the karma of other people on his head. And this is the story, is in the translation, and we found the carving in Indonesia, and Sugang helped a lot, Tang Tang helped a lot, Yi went there, I think, and Shin Tian helped, and now Ellie and Katie are having Gina's team in Mexico is finishing 200 or 300 of these drawings. So the book will come out, it'll have all the karmic correlations, and it'll have these beautiful illustrations. So we've done 4 books so far this year, 1,300 pages finished. And again, we'd like to thank all the sponsors. The sponsor for this book is from Austria. Two guys from Austria are doing this book. And we'd like to thank them very much. Cool. All right, take a break, you guys. So it's working. This group is working. And congratulations to all the translators. Okay.
Hey, so that's it for this morning's classes. We have a meeting, Geshe Michael.
Oh,
and a few other
Nick, I
people.
got to do one more thing. I'm sorry, or else
Okay.
I'll get in trouble. I'm sorry. Where's that? Dang. Hang on. Oh man, this is not working. Oh, well, I'll show it next time. There's a QR code where you can pre-order the books. If you like the book, you can put your name in for the order. Okay, I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I think I can find that too.
I had trouble putting it up.
I was just saying to say to everybody, we're alternating. It's 1 hour every other day. So that's it for this morning. So I'll see you guys tonight at 4 at Arizona time, today at 4. We have a meeting now, Geshe Michael, and those of you who are in that meeting know what I'm talking about. So I'll
Yes.
see you guys there in 5 minutes.
Yay! Congratulations to all the translators.
Thank you, Geshe Michael. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Bye. Oh,
Scan
if you'd like to pre-order the books, here's how you just scan that. Okay.
We can put this up between classes in general.
Okay. Yay.